Good morning. How's your Sunday been? How the devil are you? How's your weekend been so far? Well, you know what day it is. It's Sunday. It's 9:30 a.m. So it's time for the famous Fox's Aftermath show, run by the fans, for the fans, and your opinion matters. So come on, get them comments in now. Let's get going. It's kickoff time. Come on, you Foxes.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Like my new mug today. New Fox's mug. Somebody bought it from me yesterday. Cheers, my darling. Thank you for buying it for me. Much appreciated. How is everyone? Hope you're well. A win is a win. An away win is even better. 6 points out of 6. 3 wins in 7 days. 2 in the league, 1 in the cup. What more do you want? Second in the league. Is it going to be we are going up? Say we are going up. Or are we counting the chickens? Let's not count the chickens yet. Let's get bring Reed in. Reedy's just woken up after his long trip from Huddersfield yesterday. Morning, pal. How are you?
I'm good. Voice a bit gone again, but what's better than having a voice gone after a win? So
I tell you what, there's nothing much better than a Neil Warnock away win, is there? Because you know what you're going to get with him.
Exactly.
Let's bring Jono in, who's doing the watch along with Elijah and Michael yesterday. Morning, Jono. How are you, pal?
Good.
So what are your thoughts then, Jono? You did the watch along with Elijah and Jono and with Michael. How are you? What was your feelings on
it? It was a very, very... I think we made lives harder for ourselves again than I think if we took our chances, Pratt had literally a gift given to him and he didn't take it.
Somebody said to me, Pratt had a sitter and he missed it. He was 20 yards out. 18. Oh, that won't call that a sitter.
It's not a sitter, but he could at least got it. He could at least given more of a bigger save, or at least get it. I think he could have done better. But again, it's a chance. We had loads of chances. We didn't take those chances, so we let Huddersfield back into the game. But luckily, Mavididi did his excellence again and scored. But this is me thinking, if this is us being flat and still getting a win, imagine when we play well, we'll be excellent.
It's like Scott's just agreed with you on there. It was it wasn't the most exciting game, but there was flashes of skill and class, whatever you want to call it, in it, Reedy. Did you see that? Could you tell by the crowd being there that what kind of game it was, and what could you see from the actual crowd reaction?
It's difficult, really, because no, it wasn't the best of games. We all know it wasn't the best of games, but the way I look at it is we're winning games when we're not playing the best, and that's what you've been asking. That's what we've always been asking for. If we don't play our best, but we still win 1 or 2-0, I'm more than happy to win. And like Enzo says, I prefer to get a boring 1-0 than be exciting and lose. So I'm more than happy to see us win only 1-0. Yes, the keeper basically gave us the goal because he should have saved it. But
it was terrible, wasn't it?
I would take it because they did have enough chances to probably draw the game out. Had one chance in the first half, which was an absolute sitter that they missed. So
it's like Matthew's saying, there's ideas there. Even though the football looks very similar to Brendan Rodgers that I absolutely lambasted last year about this side-to-side movement. There's players running into space instead of players just getting the ball and trying to make the space like under Brendan Rodgers. They didn't seem like they had a clue last year or the year before. This year, The players seem to know what they're doing, and this new Enzo factor or Enzo ball, whatever you want to call it, seems to be rubbing off on them, really.
Yeah, I guess the Enzo said that we basically just keep going and don't give up on what the plan is, and it will just happen eventually. Again, we were lucky yesterday, but if you keep playing and keep going at what the plan is and what the philosophy is and what the style is, it will eventually pay off. And the last 3 games have paid off the way we've been playing. So hopefully, if by the end of the window we do get maybe one more attacking threat or another centre back, there's certain players there where I think just need improving a bit to get to that level where we can just score endlessly. But we're scoring goals, we're keeping clean sheets majority of the time at the moment, other than obviously the Coventry goal, but that was from a set piece. So it is getting there. And I'm going to keep saying, Enzo said it's only been just over a month now since he's been in. So you got to give it time. And as much as I don't think there is time to give him time, he's already shown that 3 games and 3 wins is already a better start than what we've had the last, 70 years, like what you said. So
No, not 70 years, it was 100 years. It's from 1922, 1923 season when we last won the first 3 competitive games of a season. But this Facebook user, sorry, whatever you just have to click the link to agree to that's all you got to do. On Radio Leicester, they said we will score. Radio Leeds said we will score lots more goals against teams, and we're happy that Huddersfield disrupted us. I actually heard a comment said it was being a very attractive and fantastic game, and they couldn't wait to watch it back when they got home on Radio Leeds. Not quite sure it was that kind of game, Jono. Do you? You watched it on the TV. Would you be watching it back this afternoon?
Definitely not.
Would it be one of your top 100 games to watch back?
No, I wouldn't go back and watch this particular game, but we can't have every game being like absolutely electric, because don't forget we've played 3 games in 7 days. Like, it's going to cause fatigue. So we've got a week now to the next game. Hopefully Christensen comes back. Hopefully we know a bit more about Hermanson. So hopefully the team will, recoup, and we'll have a bit more relaxed, a bit more fit, a bit more less tired, and then we'll go again.
Like Ben's just said, guys ever think it was Rodgers who brought most players down, because I thought Vestergaard played well the past 2 championship games. I know Vestergaard has always been in your head, Reedy, and he's not been in my head a lot, but I do. He hasn't let us down so far in these 2 games. I know it's only the championship, but he hasn't let us down. And I think Enzo's seen something in him. He
fits Enzo's style. He's playing from the back. Yes, he's not fast, but as long as we don't get caught out, and as long as you're in a good position as a defender, you're going to be a good defender. Again, I don't think there was much wrong with him when we bought him. People slated on Vestergaard because he kept coming on late on in games, and we conceded, and then everyone was like, he's too slow. Why he couldn't get back quick enough? I'm like, but when you're getting caught out in a very high line with Brendan's football, it's going to happen. And now we're playing more of a different style where we're in the defensive, we're being more defensive and playing 4 at the back. When we attack, we go 3 at the back. So he works in his style, and I honestly think he will probably, unless Cody, I'm guessing Cody will come straight back in when he's fit, but it'll be a hard ask if Vestergaard keeps playing the way he's playing, because 10 weeks of Vestergaard and then going straight back to Cody, I think I would be very frustrated if I was Vestergaard, in my opinion.
See, there's been this chat about there were 6 players that said they wanted to go, and now they wanted to stay. And I think Vestergaard was one of them. I think Nacho was as well. But what a big pointer to some of the players that want to go must have been the bench yesterday, really. Because we had 2 keepers on the bench, and you didn't have Suter, Castagna, Sumer, Christiansen, or Dakar. Mm-hmm. When you could have put any one of them on. Dakar was fit. Christiansen was fit because they said he was fit. Sumeri, I think, was fit. TC, he was being on the bench as well.
Christensen wasn't fit. Christensen wasn't fit.
He was in his press report on Friday. Christensen. Who did you say? Sorry.
Christensen.
In his press report, he was ready to play on the Friday conference. He said he was ready to play. But it shows that, in my mind, if you can't get one player out of them 5 to sit on the bench, are they being a disruptive measure to the camp? Is that why he's not
Enzo said that it was tactical moves the last few games where someone like Thomas wasn't on the bench or something like that. So as much as I probably agree with that, I am going to be on the side where I'm saying that the likes of Sumare, Daka, and that will be leaving this summer because if they cannot get on that bench in the Championship, then I think they are looking to be gone.
I totally understand what you mean about tactical decisions, but 2 keepers? Why in the world would you need 2 keepers on the bench when you've got 5 Premiership players that have all cost money and decent amounts of money not to sit on the bench? That's what makes me think that they're a bit of a disruption to the match day squad, or they just don't want to be there. They've told him they don't want to be there. And same with Luke Thomas. I was a bit surprised about Luke Thomas being on the bench yesterday because against Burton, he was sitting in Kelmuxlow Golf Club watching the game. So, I don't know. What do you think is going to happen? Are all 5 of them going to go? Because he has said that he wants to bring in at least 4 more. So, there's going to be a bit more squad movement, isn't there?
Well, I hope so. Again, if we're not going to play these players, you've got to get rid and hopefully fill this team back up with players you do want to use as substitutions or a first team squad. Again, we've got 2 or 3 youngsters in this squad still in Marcel Maraduva. Who else? You've got obviously the keeper who's going to be playing maybe just this week. I don't know.
And the keeper's surname is Reedy?
Stolarczyk, I don't bloody know.
Let's call him Jacob, shall we?
Jacob, yeah, that's fine.
That's the easiest one. But yeah, we've got some decent prospects coming through. You've got Baybrook as well. I know he's still coming back from injury. Alves is still coming back from injury. So you've got a deep, but I know they say if you're good enough, you're old enough. But are they a bit young to be thrown in right at the deep end?
It's the same with Marcel. Like on the left, Mavridi's brilliant, but I still think Marcel isn't quite ready. Even McAteer, is he like he was good in the game against Coventry, but is he ready? I don't think so.
I think we need the level of people. We kept saying yesterday because Marcel was playing on the right, and we just looked at him and thought we need a right winger, man. He's much as he's an all right player. He's quite quick on the ball. He is a bit skillful. We need someone who's ready. He's ready to go.
We've got one. We've got Albrighton. Maybe
He's not ready, man. He's not ready. He's got no pace. All he can do is cross. And yes, he might be a championship level. He's just about 5 years too late. He's just too old now. He doesn't know how to play football.
Jono, I agree with you. If this conversation was 5 years ago, yes. But now I do think Albright, not past it, but I don't think he will fit this style of play because I don't think the style of play is for a winger to be putting crosses in. I think it's a winger to be going down to the byline, beating his man and pulling it back. A bit like what Nacho did for Ndidi's goal.
Yeah.
Getting in and putting it across the box. And we don't play with the big man unless you throw in Vestergaard, Suter up top for the last 5 minutes.
Who can we get in now as a right winger to...
Tete.
He's gone
Galatasaray now.
But the thing is, with Marcel Mavaduva, or whatever his name, I think I've said that right, actually, without even thinking about it. I think he'll be a good player. I don't think he'll be quite a starting 11 player, but with his pace coming on for the last 10, 15 minutes could cause a lot of problems, I think. I don't think he's quite ready yet. I'd like him to see him ready. He hasn't quite got the Harvey Barnes knowledge. Talking of Harvey Barnes, did you see how he played last night when he came?
He was brilliant against Villa.
He scored his goal exactly the same as he scores the goals he used to score for us. But I wish you'd get a new bloody celebration, pulling it out. That's a Leicester celebration. You have to move.
Don't care about him anymore, mate. He's not a Leicester. He can do one.
I'm just saying, you've got to. He did well on his debut.
He did very well for Newcastle.
You've got to give him credit. He's done well. We've got 40-odd million for him. It's not. He's gone for Championship football. It's not like Maddison went to Spurs to play with Kane And now
Do you know
Kane's
who's-
booked off.
Kane's gone.
Do you know
And
who
then-
scored? Do you know who scored yesterday though? Mavididi, mate. What a player! What a winger!
Yeah, I'm getting bloody hell, Reedy. I'm getting to that. Give me a chance. Let me finish what I'm saying about Harry Kane first before you butt in. Harry Kane, another ex-Leicester player, not won a trophy, goes to Bayern Munich to play a game.
And lost
he
the
can't
trophy.
win, and they lose 3-0 to the rank
Oh,
outsiders of Leipzig.
He didn't play though, did he?
He came on a sub.
Did he? Oh, I
He
didn't know
came
that.
on a sub. Harry
Didn't know
Kane is
that.
doing Spursy things, even at Bayern Munich. Anyway, Mavididi, come on then, Reedy. You must be Mavididi's half brother because the way you're going on about him, you actually love him.
No, I'm just saying that he's our player, but Harvey Barnes isn't. So
But you have to give.
We've gotta-
You've got to give Barnes credit. Sorry, that'd be it. He started. You won't hear me say Harvey Barnes again. But he came on for his debut and he had a storming game and he did well. You've got to
he
give
did
him
all
credit.
right. He did all right.
And also, Chris has said Matty
I
James
saw that. I
scored a
saw that, yeah.
last-minute winner, a bicycle kick winner for Bristol City. What
Yeah, I
more do you
saw
want? Ex-Leicester players doing it everywhere except Harry Kane, but that's not unusual. Anyway, Mavididi, come on then, pal. He's your half-brother. You love him. Talk about him. Because up until the goal, I don't think he'd done a lot.
No, he didn't. But that's the situation we're in at the moment. The last two championship games, for me, he's basically been the biggest impact into all three goals we've scored. He did both of the chances against Coventry. Obviously, he did score them, but he created the big attack that we did for both of them. And then, obviously, yesterday. So, in key moments, he does well. And I'm glad that he's coming out when we need him most.
Just about a Leicester player, this is Reedy, nothing else. What are the feelings about Harry Winks in the crowd yesterday? Because I don't think he's the most creative player. I don't think he's going to get 25 assists this year, but his build-up play, he's going to get. I think you'll find he'll get if there's such a thing as half an assist, like the ball before the assist. He is going to get a lot. The ball seems to go through him an awful lot. What's the feeling in the crowd yesterday about Harry Winks?
Well, we kept chanting about him, which was good to see. And I'll be upfront and say I was wrong about him. I honestly didn't think he would be to the level I think we're at, but I'm going to keep saying he dropped down into a championship and he looks like an insane player in the championship. So I don't know if it's because he has dropped down a level or it's because he's upped his game because he's going to be one of the best players in our team, but he's done well yesterday. He's done well since he's been in, and I thought he was great yesterday as well. He builds the play up well.
That's it. Winks will get an assist for the assist. That's what we've got to call it. It's an assist for the assist. Cheers, Scott. My favourite subject, a bit of DP in the middle of the park. I think he did quite well. Him and Ndidi are two different players, even though they're playing in the same position. You've got one that drives forward, and you've got more that DP is makes more penetrative runs than Ndidi. Jono, what would you prefer? Would you prefer Dennis or would you prefer Will for their playing? Remember, you've got two different kind of players.
I think it depends on the team we're playing against. I mean, Pratt is definitely more of the creative one, and I think Ndidi was too inconsistent against Coventry, especially with the Coventry corner. But I'll prefer Pratt, but I agree that I think he needs to put a little bit more passion into his game.
Yeah. Who? Sorry, Pratt.
Pratt, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing. DP never looks happy. He never looks happy, unfortunately, does he? He's always got a downward smile instead of an upward smile. Reedy, when you saw Dennis Pratt going through, did you think 1-0 or did you think 0-0? Did you think he was honestly going to score, or did you just get in the exciting moments and think, what did you think? Come on. Because when I saw what a ball by Ricardo, though. Absolutely stunning ball by Ricardo.
1-on-1, I thought he would have been scoring. But I think you said before he was, 20 yards away. So
yeah,
it's one where on any striker's day, it goes in. But because it's an attacking midfielder who doesn't always score, he had maybe a bit of no confidence, I guess, and just tried to put it away and he just didn't do it. Again, I think any striker, I even think Dak probably would have put it away. But it's just because it was Pratt again. He's not been scoring. So
I think if that had been a striker, if that had been Vardy, Daka, Nacho, I think that would have been a goal because they'd have been able to go on taking it round the keeper, or even if I don't know, a more skillful midfielder might have tried to chip. Mabadivi might have tried to chip him a bit more skill, but I can't complain at DP's performance in the middle of the park. Like Wayne says, it's nice to have options. Even the boss has just made a comment as well, which where's that one? I've lost it now.
Yeah, I'll get it.
There we go. Everyone. Both DP and Wilf look more decent in this level. They should do both. Are Premier quality, so should cruise at this level. I agree. I think both of them will do well, and it might be a bit of interchanging, whether it's one game at a time or whether it's 60 minutes, then the other one comes on for 30 minutes.
Well, we called it versus Coventry that when indeed he played 70 minutes, we were saying we need someone different. He wasn't working, and it worked.
Yeah.
Then we brought DP on for 25 minutes, and it felt like it was a different game. So I'm glad that Enzo kind of swapped it round and did the opposite thing. So,
which it's nice to be proactive instead of reactive as a manager.
Well, this is the difference between Brandon and Enzo. Like when we play a different game, Brandon's like, well, this worked 2 years ago, so it'll work now. I'll play the same players, same formation. Enzo's like, you know what? Indeed, it didn't work to start the game last game. Let's put Pratt in instead. Vardy didn't start well last game at the beginning. Let's put Iheanacho. I think he's more reactive. He's better. He's changing things.
So you've mentioned Vardy there, and this is going to be. I think this is going to be a kick in the teeth to most people. I don't think Vardy's ready for this season. I don't think he's the player we need up top. I think it's more Nacho that gives you that ball holding. I know his touch isn't the best, but he can hold the ball up, and he does bring players into play. Vardy's game is built around pace and speed, and to be honest, his pace and speed hasn't really happened the last year to 18 months. And the Championship isn't for that. And I don't see him getting in the spaces. I mean, last week in the first half, he had 3 touches against Coventry. 3 in the first half. That's
well,
not
we called it. We want Nacho to start. We know he's probably our best striker now. And Vardy does what he does. When he came on yesterday, we could see his pace was there. His strength was there to try and run for the ball. Nearly got caught and nearly scored himself. So at times he does well when he comes on, and that's why I think his position is now. Same with Daka. If he does stay, he would need to be the one to come on after like the 60th, 70th minute mark. That's if he does stay. But Vardy, yes, I agree. He needs to be the one that comes on to try and impact the game.
I'm not sure. I don't know who this is, but I sort of agree with him.
We have.
We've nicked the first 2 league games. If that had been in the Premiership last year, we'd have lost those games. We'd have lost.
Like I say, play an ugly and we win.
Well, yeah. Reedy, I know you absolutely hate this about ex-Leicester players, but I've just come into my head. The new rumour today is Schmeichel is going to Chelsea. Because what's the keeper's name? I can't remember. He went for 60 million. No, the other one.
Mendy.
No, Kepa.
Oh, okay.
He's going to Real Madrid. And they're looking at Kasper Schmeichel going to Chelsea. What do you think, pal?
Fair enough, mate. Again, as long as it's not Forest, I couldn't care less.
True.
He can go if he wants to go to Premier League again, fair play to him. But as much as it might be a rumour, I don't think I can see him doing it. I think if he does move, I think he said on his interview with Sky Sports like maybe a year back now. I can't remember when it was, but he was saying that his Leicester career is not over. So hopefully, if we go back up, he might join back with us. I don't know.
Maybe not. I'd rather have Andy King and Matty James coming back than Kasper, to be honest. We move on. We haven't got a game in the week. We're next Saturday. We play 3 in 7 days, so it gives the players a little bit of a chance to recover today and tomorrow. Start building for the Cardiff game. Jono, fans out there, whoever's watching, what kind of team do you think? Will there be many changes? What do you think, Jono?
I would make... Hopefully, we know more about Hermanson because I'll bring him straight back. I would keep the same defence. I would keep FaZe and Vestergaard at back. I would keep Ricardo right back. Left back. I thought who had a left back last yesterday. I forgot who had a left back.
It wasn't. It was.
It was
well,
Cody. It was
strange.
Doyle
Doyle.
left back.
It's a sort of a strange, fluid situation, though, isn't it? Because with the ball, we're 4 at the back. Without the ball, we're 3 at the back because Ricardo moves up and joins Winks in the centre midfield.
I'll keep the same defence. I wouldn't change the back 4 at all. Maybe Hermanson for Jacob. Field, Winks and Dewsbury Hall have to stay in. Those who have to stay in. Mavadidi on the left. I'll play Pratt. I'll play Iheanacho, and I'll play McAteer on the right.
So basically the same team as yesterday, just with McAteer instead of Marcel Mavadou.
Yes, I'll play. Yes, McAteer.
Oh, really? Are you going to Cardiff? Do you know where it is?
Shut up.
Well, you didn't know where Wrexham was, and that's in Wales.
Well, well, can I mention one thing before we finish this show?
Yeah.
As much as we might want Emerson back, and people have been slating this other player.
Oh, he's been Jacob.
Fair play to Jacob yesterday. He did.
He made some great saves.
Scored some. He saved quite a few good chances, and I thought FaZe was easily man of the match yesterday. I thought he was brilliant.
I forgot this. Everyone's man of the match. Yeah, well done, Reedy. Who would you say would be the man of the match? Reedy's gone for FaZe. I'm not sure I could dispute that, to be honest. I think FaZe had a decent game. There was no one outstanding player apart from
there wasn't.
FaZe. But just on your thing, you said earlier about when Vestergaard comes in. When Cody comes back, Vestergaard drops and Cody comes straight back in. Mm-hmm. They're going to play 10 weeks together. It looks like it's going to be Vestergaard and FaZe, doesn't it? The longer a partnership goes on, the better it is.
Yep.
So, like you say,
that's what I'm saying. If Vestergaard plays that whole 10 weeks, I would be very annoyed if I was Vestergaard if Connor Cody does come straight back in, if I'm totally honest. If we're winning games left, right, and centre until then, you surely don't change it.
We need to buy one more because I'm so gutted because I thought Sute was really good in the Premier League.
FaZe and Vestergaard. Here's one for you. FaZe and Vestergaard. You'd never thought Vestergaard would have got a man of the match from a fan in a fan's vote, would you?
I would.
Well, yeah, you love him.
But I'm just gutted that Huddersfield took out Mavadi out of the game for the first half. Soon as we scored, Huddersfield has to push, which means Mavadi had more of that space. But he didn't do that all game, so FaZe has to be man of the match. He was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was. I think that's about it. We've looked at the Cardiff game, which is a week away, which Reedy and Phil or Sam will be previewing or reviewing, I should say, later in the week. I think that's about it. You got anything more, Jono, to add to your watch along? Did you enjoy it yesterday with the 2 North Americans?
Yeah, it was fun. It was actually nice because no one else could watch the game, so we can actually react to the score without anyone else cutting in. But it was a great game, great atmosphere. Like hearing the fans, and it was good in the chat. So really good game. So hopefully we can actually improve and actually have a really good performance and actually dominate instead of just getting wins. But again, a win's a win. 3 wins out of 3, so can't complain. Bring on Cardiff.
Just so everyone knows, if you're on holiday in Alcúdia, I will have every single Leicester game on in the bar. Not like you back in the UK that seemed like everyone was struggling yesterday to get a link for it. I don't know why. I just clicked on it. Fine, not a problem. So whether it's something to do over in Spain, I do not know. But if
it was only international. It was only international people that could get it, wasn't it?
Don't know.
I think it's only international fans.
I follow. I got it on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know then. That's because it was at home, though.
Other people saying they can only get the audio on it, on the iFollow.
If it's for Leicester iFollow, yeah, you can only get the audio.
No, you still have to pay for that.
Oh, I don't bloody know then.
Yeah.
You saying that last... Go on. Say what you want to say.
Carry on.
I was saying the last thing I was going to say is fair play to the Leicester fans yesterday because we never stopped singing, and for once, that was, like you said earlier, it was once where normally it's a bit quiet at times, but I feel like we just didn't stop yesterday. It was brilliant.
I think it was the TV, because me and Reedy had this conversation earlier, that it seemed very quiet. The only time I really heard the Leicester fans was when we scored,
And Vardy
came on. But other than that,
I think it's brilliant.
Well, really, you're there. You know. I mean, me and John, we only go on what's on the TV and what we hear on the TV. But really stalking me. What's that by Ross? Really stalking me, coming on my table. On my table.
Oh, he was at the pub and he was sitting down, and I just thought, why not? I'll come and join him. But the problem was, do you mean by stalking? You could see yourself from a bloody mile away wearing your bloody Hawaiian stuff.
Oh, I've got to say, and that blue hair, Jesus, Ross. At least he's won though.
Yeah, at least it means they're going to win the league now. Let's go,
yeah, Ross. Every game you go to, you've got to dress up like that. If it's the middle of December and we're going to Plymouth, you've got to dress up like that, no matter what.
Isn't it every team that's played at Huddersfield away and won the first game was won the league?
Away at their ground.
Not every team, but it's the last three.
It's last 4 years now.
Last three teams who have played Huddersfield the second game have gone on to win the league. And also, do you know that was the first time since Huddersfield haven't beaten us since 1995? That's the last time Huddersfield beat Leicester, 1995.
Near your age, mate.
My age, I'd have been 25 then, pal. I was well old.
I was born 1995, so in my lifetime, Huddersfield hasn't beaten us.
That must be the same with Reedy as well, then.
Well, 1999, mate. So all good.
Yeah. All right, then, lads and lasses. I was going to say something. There's one more question I was going to ask, but I can't remember. I must learn to start writing these questions down before the end of the show, before the beginning of the show. Right then, Jono, we shall see you later, pal.
See you later.
Be good, mate. Be good. Chris Allen, no, because we played him before and Knockout scored the Scorpion kick. Chris Wood
we won 4-1 as well once last few years
Chris
back.
Wood scored an hat-trick against him on his debut as well one time at Walker at the King Power. So no, that's not the right. Reedy, we shall speak to you later, pal. Be good.
Randy says Reedy looks like 7.
Randy Marsh. Is that your real name, Randy Marsh, or is that?
I don't look like 7.
No, he looks about 9, to be honest.
Yeah, about 12 maximum.
Right then, Reedy, we shall speak to you later. Be good, pal. Be good, mate. Well, on that note, again, it's been a privilege for you to watch me again on Sunday morning, early doors, getting up early doors at 9:30 every Sunday morning just to watch me waffle on. Just got one thing to say. This Enzo ball, little by little, the team is getting where the manager wants it. Yes, it was a little bit slow, but the players are moving into space and we are making the space. Stick with it, lads and lasses. We'll get there. So it's ciao, adios, goodbye, arrivederci. Come on, you foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.